Hey Gameheads, it's me P-Doc, and it's that time again on the channel where we bring some of the latest games circling around. Some are offline, some are not, and some are not even globally available yet. But we are still going to talk about all of them. And as usual, let's dive right in. Let's start things off with Infinity Nikki, basically Genshin Impact but with fashion. At least that's what most people online are comparing it to. But one thing is sure, it's a beautifully rendered open world title by Untold with gorgeous graphics, some of the best I've ever seen. It's set in this cozy world where you play as Nikki, a young girl transported here and is on a quest to collect Whimstars, that is magical items that grant several abilities in the form of beautiful dresses. Yeah, the whole thing is definitely targeted towards a certain demographic, but hey, it also seems fun and there are other stuff that certainly have my interest. It's free and on all platforms, and I mean all platforms. Continuing things with Lost Land X, the 10th installment to the hidden object puzzle adventure title. This time, Susan is returning to the Lost Land after her best friend went crazy and killed old man Maron, so it's up to her to find out who is controlling these events. The game aims to mix both old puzzles as well as new ones to, spice things up. The developers' 5-bin games have been consistent with the series, and their latest installment does seem to continue the magic. So the title is on all mobile platforms and it's free and offline. Next up is a neat looking title that I happened to stumble across, and I say stumble across cause it isn't on any app store. An anime high school themed action beat 'em up brawler by the name School Hero, published by Gokuri's Polychronis. You play as a student whose girlfriend has been kidnapped and he must fight his way through the school to get her back. It looks great, to be honest, with stunning pixel style graphics and good looking combos, but I do wonder if it will play greatly too. Anyway, for anyone willing to give this a whirl, it's on TapTap and it's Android only, and as far as I know, it's free. Coming up next is Dungeon of Dreadrock 2, the sequel to the immensely popular puzzle dungeon crawler, and this time you play as the priestess tasked to explore the ancient caves and uncover the crown of wisdom. The mechanics that made the first game is pretty much the same, but as the sequel, I believe it's gonna bring some more interesting stuff that makes it fresh and exciting. If you played the first game and enjoyed it, you have to try the sequel out. Dungeon of Dreadrock 2 is out on iOS but will be coming to Android, so go pre-register to get notified. For the bonus round, we have Lovecraft's Untold Stories, a game that isn't technically new. It was released back in 2019, but I regrettably didn't discover it until recently, so I decided to put it on today's list because it's quite interesting. It follows the Lovecraftian mythos in an action roguelike RPG setting where you explore randomly generated levels, fighting cultists, solving puzzles, getting mystical weapons, all to be able to kill the old gods. I think it's one that you will enjoy if you check it out because it checks a lot of boxes and it's offline as well. So yeah, Lovecraft Untold Stories is available on all mobile platforms and it is paid. Next up is Heaven Burns Red, an action-themed turn-based RPG where you play as a bunch of high school girls tasked with saving the world by fighting against invaders known as the Cancer. The game has light novel aesthetics, which usually means a great focus on storytelling and fleshing out characters. The graphics look quite amazing. I'm not really the best guy to talk about turn-based games, but this looks like something a lot of you would enjoy. Heaven Burns Red is available in selected countries with global launch around the corner for all mobile devices. Let's continue with FrostPunk Beyond the Ice, and this one hits like a tornado because I did not expect to have a FrostPunk game for mobile before 2025. For those who don't know, FrostPunk is a well-celebrated survival town building simulator Basically, you play as a mayor of a town in a post-apocalyptic world floating over, where the only source of heat are the ones that you make. So you're tasked with maintaining the limited resources, assigning jobs to locals, building and expanding, keeping the heat up, and making tough decisions. You will make a lot of tough decisions. The game is published by Come To Us, and if it's anything like the console counterpart, it's going to be a fun ride. So yeah, FrostPunk is available on all mobile devices and it is free. Next up is Shadow of the Depths by Chili Games, a dungeon crawler Diablo-like with roguelike mechanics. It also has the same class system where you can either play as an archer, a mage, a swordsman. You get the drift, going through randomly generated dungeons, smashing a plethora of enemies and battling epic bosses. It looks quite fun, it looks quite good with gorgeous graphics and all, but I can't really vouch for it because of its free nature, and that makes me a bit skeptical. It's available on all our devices and it is free. Next up is Ark Survival Ultimate, an overhaul of the previous Jurassic Park survival game, bringing better graphics, more content, and supposedly better performance. Ark Survival, for those uninitiated, is a PvP/PvE hardcore survival action game where you play as a character of your choosing who wakes up on a strange island filled with prehistoric wildlife. Armed with just a compass, a crafting tree, your hands, and the materials you scavenge around you, you try your best to survive while taming the wildlife. I played Ark Evolved, and despite its flaws, it was a solid game, so I will give this one a try, even though there are supposedly a mountain of evidence complaining about its optimization issues, which they are yet to address. Ark Survival Ultimate Edition is free and on all mobile platforms. Monument Valley 3 is next, and this time you take control of Noor, the lighthouse apprentice who notices the fading sun and the rising waters and decides to go on a journey to fix things. I don't think I need to convince a lot of you why you should give a Monument Valley game a try. The optical puzzle mechanics is still strong, with added mechanics such as sailing. The graphic look drop dead gorgeous as usual, and there will of course be tons of mind-numbing puzzles and soul calming stories to experience. It's on all mobile platforms and it's a Netflix subscription based game. Next up is another surprisingly long overdue sequel, Bright Memory Infinite. The first game really shocked everyone with the sheer amount of graphical fidelity it ported to the mobile front, and fast forward a few years it has come back again with its second installment, a testament to how far mobile gaming has gone in general. For those who don't know, Bright Memory Infinite is a hack and slash first person shooter monster hunting sci-fi game. I know a lot of opposite genres were clashing here, but that's just what the game is. You play as Sheila, using guns, swords, and supernatural abilities to fight off supernatural enemies in a kind of Devil May Cry setting. The game is actually amazing, even more powerful graphics and explosive action, but I'm still a bit skeptical if they can bring all that fully optimized to the mobile front. Anyway, Bright Memory Infinite is coming to all mobile platforms on the 17th of this month, being January, and it will be paid. And this is where the train stops. I hope you enjoyed the list. If so, leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. It's your host P-Dog. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out though.